What is up, Tampa Bay? So excited to see y'all's faces. We are coming into the holiday week, and we've got the full roster here tonight, which is always exciting to have the band back together, if you will. Thank you for joining us. If you've never been here before, this is Tampa Talk live on Tuesdays from the Living in Tampa channel here. I'm excited to share probably the next hour with y'all, talking about everything, all things Tampa Bay, what it's like to live here, what it's like to work here, what it's like to play here, the food, the dining, the outdoors, the beaches, and the sunshine. I am joined by my marvelous, miraculous, incredible, I'm using all the superlatives, this wonderful co-host by Miss Marsha Railton. Good evening, Marsha.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. It's feeling Christmassy around here. It's cold.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. It is a little bit chilly here in Tampa Bay, but we will survive, and it's okay. We'll get through it. It's all good.
Yeah, I'm sure no one feels sorry for us.
No one is feeling sorry for us. There's no doubt about that. And speaking of which, I'm joined by my second co-host over here, Miss Stacy Amon. Good evening, Stacy.
Hello, everyone.
And like they said, they're not complaining about the weather. They're just informing, right? Just being informative.
Got my fuzzy socks on. We're all good.
Yeah, it's all good. Well, welcome. If you've never been to our live, we spend the next, 45 minutes to an hour talking all things that are Tampa Bay, like we said. Tonight, we're going to get into some specific topics, and I want to make sure you know what those are. We're going to be talking about all the things that are happening here Christmas week here in the greater Tampa Bay area that you can expect or plug into. Lots of really cool community events and just really fun things to do in the area. We're also going to be talking about builder incentives for new home, because right now there is a lot to talk about in that world, which is pretty cool. We've got some clients who are really winning with some great incentives out there. And we wanted to bring that to you this evening and just kind of share it with y'all, just because it's been an incredible end of year for us, and just been a great time. We would love to know where you're watching from. Okay. If you're watching this from a distance, maybe you're in the Pacific Northwest, maybe you're in the Northeast, maybe you're here local in Tampa. Let us know where you're watching from. Feel free to engage and interact during the conversation tonight. We love chatting it up with you guys. So, and gals. So don't hesitate to reach out. You can put a comment in there. If you're not a subscriber to the YouTube channel, please, if you get value out of this, feel free to subscribe and hit that like button wherever you're watching, whether that's Facebook or YouTube or Instagram. Heck, you probably could be even watching on LinkedIn. That shares this out into cyberspace and gets other people involved in it as well. So happy to connect with all of you. Like I said, let us know where you're watching from, and feel free to ask questions at any point, because we're excited to share some of this stuff with you guys. This is it's holiday week, and for those of you who can't see, let me make sure I'm sharing. Check this gear out right here, right? Like, if this isn't Tampa, I don't know what is. Pirates and Christmas. I mean, like, this is what we do. This is what we do. And I got to run around the city all day today. It was really fun downtown. And it just reminded me of why I really enjoy our city as much as I do. Tampa's a really little big city is the way that I would describe it, not the other way around, right? It's a little big city. And, when you go downtown, you just get this it's a very unique feeling when it is as urban as it is, but it is as laid back as it is. And the thing I love about going downtown is, like, you can get in the hustle and bustle, but it's never overwhelming. And anytime you want to just kind of like dip out of all the activity, it's pretty easy to do. You could just move a couple blocks literally and just be like, hey, you're at complete peace. And that's something that's very unique to Tampa. And I was down on the Riverwalk today and Water Street and Sparkman's Wharf. And it was just, ladies, it was a great time. People are out there. Today was perfect weather. It was like 65 degrees. The sun was shining. You could walk around with pants on. And actually, I had shoes on today, so pray for me. Okay.
You're gonna have blisters.
Yeah, right. I had shoes on and long pants, which, if you know Juan, that is not like, I'm not in my happy place, but it was the weather was perfect, y'all. I mean, perfect. Like, whenever you can walk a half mile and never break a sweat, like, it's a good day, right? Like, it is a good time. And we started on the beach and worked our way all the way into downtown Tampa today. And it was just incredible. So happy to connect. We've got some people already, chiming in. Like I said, please let us know where you're watching from. This is awesome. Not as cold in Virginia. I heard it was snowing in Virginia today. And I could be wrong. Marcelo, let me know, because I heard that it was snowing there. I've got other friends in that area too. William's watching from Minnesota. I already know the answer to that one, William. We've got friends up there. I hope you're staying warm, my friend. Please stay warm. And Marcelo says that they are in Northern Virginia. Yeah, I heard that the weather turned a little bit up there. So thanks for letting us know where you're watching from. Great stuff. So let's get into some things happening around town here. I'm excited to share the activities we got going on out there, because there's some cool stuff. We're plugging into some stuff this weekend. I'll share that with you guys too. But ladies, who wants to go first? Right. Let's start with that.
I think Stacy went first last week.
Yeah, I went first last time.
Awesome.
It's Marsha's turn.
All right. Well, Marcia is going to lead us tonight. She's going to kick us off into some activities. And of course, Marcia, she's a great student, does her homework, as Stacy does as well. But Marcia has got, some juicy details for y'all. So let me pull this up, Marcia. Let's get rocking and rolling. Tell me where we're heading first.
Let's do the bridge report first.
Okay.
Or the road report.
We can definitely
44th.
All right. Let me pull this up. Working on it now.
Okay.
All right. So
I'll get started and just let everybody know what we're talking about. I live in Bradenton, so I cover mainly the Bradenton and Sarasota area for our team, and a lot of Pinellas, but I live in Bradenton, and to get to the beaches that are awesome here, like Anna Maria Island, Longboat Key, Siesta Key, there's not a whole lot of roads that take you from east part of the county out to the west. So it's very exciting news. They've been working on this 44th Avenue for several years, and they've just started the last portion of it. It's supposed to be completed in 2026. So we got a ways to go, but it'll be an additional road that'll take you all the way from Lakewood Ranch, which is east of I-75, and take you out to the beaches. So it'll take, they're projecting it's going to take like 30, I think they said 36,000 cars off the other two roads, which is State Road 64 and State Road 70. So it's going to take a lot of congestion from those and push you up onto the 44th Avenue, which will take you out to the beaches. So it's good news for visitors and for people that live here as far as driving time to get you out to the beach areas.
Yeah. Because the one thing about these areas, when you get into Manatee County, everything south of there, really, you've got the beach is so far west. Let me pull the map up too, Marcia, so we can share that. The beaches are so far west from the downtown areas, and it just takes a long time to get to. A lot of those are 2-lane highways, so it can be a little complicated to say the least, right? Mm-hmm. But you got to bear with it, especially during the holiday season. It can be, or in season, right? And for those of you who are unaware or have never been here before, season begins at, really after Thanksgiving, but it starts to crank up right after the new year, right? Everybody that is in, we refer to them as snowbirds, right?
The north.
Who comes down for the winter. It gets really busy. So what Marcia is referring to here, and let me dial in, Marcia, you can kind of walk them through this. I just wanted to give a little bit more context here, right? So if you see these main thoroughfares here, right, like how long it takes to get out to the beach in some of these communities when they're only 2-lane roads and they run right through downtown, it can take some time, right? Like, Marcia, some of these can take an hour.
During
season,
definitely can.
Yeah. So it's something to be mindful of. So what she's referring to is 44th, right? So coming all the way through and just giving some relief in traffic. So that's great. Great share, Mark.
Yeah, it's great news for everybody. Like I said, it's just another way to access the beaches and take some congestion off the roads, whether you're heading to the beach or, just driving on State Road 64, State Road 70, which are our two main highways that travel east and west.
Yep.
So it'll be a relief. Couple more years, but they're working on it. And what they have built out so far has given relief. Even it doesn't go all the way to the beach yet, but it's a wonderful new access road to get around. So that's great news. But mainly what I wanted to talk about was what's going on this week. I post that every week on my Facebook page. letting people know what's in the area or what's happening on the weekend. I posted it early this week because I felt like people are planning more ahead than they normally are because they have guests coming to town. And some of the options that I liked, you have to buy tickets for. So I thought it was important for people to have some time to decide what they want to do. But the first activity is Wednesday night at Waterside in Lakewood Ranch. Now they have this every week, every Wednesday night, but it's so much fun during the holidays when the downtown Waterside is decorated for Christmas, which they do a great job of. And I think it's fun, you know, we laugh about being cold, but it is fun during the Christmas season to have a little chill in the air, and there will be. They have fire pits at Waterside. They have live music. They listed 12 food trucks that'll be there this Wednesday. Nice. And they list out who they are, so you can kind of get an idea of maybe ones you want to try out.
Oh, yeah. Faux cheesy.
So that's really cool.
Who's in for grilled cheese? We got faux cheesy, Marcia. I love that.
I love grilled cheese.
Who doesn't? Especially when it gets a little bit chilly, a little tomato soup and grilled cheese. Oh, my goodness. It's so good.
Oh, I know.
It's so good.
I had a friend bring us tomato soup and grilled cheese, and it was the best grilled cheese I've ever had. And she told me that instead of using butter on it, you use mayonnaise. So you cover the bread with mayonnaise and put seasoning on it, which I had never done that, but it changed our the caliber of what we want for grilled cheese.
It gets super crispy. Mayonnaise
actually more butter and American cheese.
So good. Yeah, that's great. Well, that's a good share too, and that's awesome. We have a few more comments too, so let me jump in there really quick while before Marcia sets up again, because you guys are active here tonight. Vlad said that he is going to be. You've officially pulled the trigger. Congratulations! I love that. And you're moving to Tampa area at the end of April. Awesome, man. Congratulations. Like I said, any questions you guys have, don't hesitate to reach out to our team, guys. All the contact information is down there if you need us. He said moving to Paris, Florida, and rent for the first year and see what goes on from there. Well, congratulations, Vlad. You're going to love it, man. It's a great area you're choosing there. And, part-time has arrived.
Hi, Kevin.
Yeah, my man, and we're poking fun. Kevin's been a faithful viewer for a long time, so happy to have you, brother. And Merry Christmas for everybody who's out there as well. So we want to make sure that, and happy holidays to those that celebrate in different ways also. Marcella says, that's awesome. Congrats on your journey. You got to love this. When the community's congratulating each other on the move, like now you know you're doing it right. So that's awesome. I love that. Let's see. It was cold, but no snow yet. Oh, that's good news. You don't need that, Marcella. You don't need any more snow. That's for sure. I have enough with the cold. Yeah, absolutely. And then we've got Ronnie, who is also a faithful. He's been watching our live stream since we kicked those off too. Ronnie's local here as well. Ronnie, pleasure to see you, my man. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas to you and your family as well, my brother. So thanks for chiming in. I appreciate that. Awesome, Marcia. Where are we headed next?
Before we leave the Wednesday night, I just want to let you know that they have the largest cornhole league in the United States that plays there every Wednesday. Yep. So the whole streets cut, blocked off for hundreds, I would say, cornhole players. So that's a lot of fun. So then on Thursday night in Bradenton, they're having a concert. It's Thursday and Friday night. It's called 'Tis the Season. It's a Christmas concert. It lasts like an hour and a half. And they have a 7 p.m. show on Thursday night and a 3 p.m. matinee on Friday. And the tickets start at $35. So I thought it looked, anything that has Christmas music is a fun event to do with your family. So I thought that sounded like a lot of fun. And that would be in the Bradenton area. And then on Saturday, back over to Lakewood Ranch, but down on Main Street. Lakewood Ranch has 2 downtown areas, the Waterside area, which we showed for our Wednesday night, but they also have Main Street. And that activity looks really fun. From 4 to 7, they have games and food and all kinds of fun things going on. And then at 7 p.m., they have a candlelight service, and it's being sponsored by Grace Community Church, which I think would be a really cool thing to do. And that's on Saturday night, downtown Lakewood Ranch.
Awesome. That's a cool event too. Candlelight service in the middle of downtown. That's really cool, actually.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Again, they have music and tons of food. And in both locations, if you're not into food trucks, then there's a lot of really good restaurants. So you can also sit down and eat your dinner or go into into the restaurant. Or most of the restaurants down here have outdoor dining. And if it is cool, they'll have the fire heaters and stuff for you. So no worries there.
Yeah, it is that time of year for cooler weather here. And most of us Floridians do appreciate the reprieve, even though we may not necessarily love some of the temperatures that dip down, but it is nice to be able to go out and not feel like you're getting deep fried every time you walk outside. So
we just like talking about the weather here, whether it's too hot or too cold.
Well, listen, we all moved here for the same reason, right? Like sun worshipers and getting around the water, and you got to pay a price somewhere. So this is the deal. But this is awesome, Marcia. What else?
Also, there's a lot going on Saturday night. So also on Saturday night is the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. That is in Tampa at Amalie Arena.
Yep.
And tickets for that, there's a 2:30 show and a 7:30 show. I'm actually going to the 7:30 show, and I'm super excited to do that. Tickets start at $70.
Awesome. And Amalie Arena is a great venue, y'all. That's where the Tampa Bay Lightning play hockey, and we do a lot of concerts there. All of our major concert venues that are under a roof go to Amalie, and then we got the Mid-Atlantic outdoor amphitheater that's on the east side of Tampa that is our outdoor venue. And that's a really cool venue as well, especially during the winter. I mean, most people they don't have the luxury that we do of watching concerts in February outside. Yeah. So it's pretty cool to be able to do that. But Amalie Arena is a great concert venue as well. So you'll probably enjoy that too. And Marcia, I was just down there today. Like, it is like, I can't believe in the 5 years that we've lived here how much Water Street has changed and the venue there. And like, y'all, it's right on the river. You got the Riverwalk right there. Amalie Arena is right there. They just opened the Yard House directly across the street. Huge restaurant, craft brewery, all the things there. And then you've got the Pearl right across the street from there. You got Boulan, which is an incredible steakhouse, and Oyster House. Both of those places are just unbelievable. And that's it's only a couple blocks away from Sparkman's Wharf, which is called Winter Wharf right now. We'll deal with that later. But like, it's a great spot. Marcia, you're going to have a great time down there. And the boat parade is on Saturday, which I know we're going to cover shortly. So pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, we had talked about that last week. So we are going to go early so we can walk around and see all that happening as well. Also happening at the Van Wezel in Sarasota is Cirque Musica Holiday Wonderland. I was excited about this, but I have to tell you, I tried looking for ticket prices in like 4 different places, and it wouldn't pull them up. So I have a feeling it's sold out.
Oh.
So I couldn't give you any more information on that. I did try to call the box office and they were closed. So I'm sorry. I don't know for sure, but because I've looked in 4 different ticket purchasing websites and I can't find anything, I'm guessing it's sold out.
Yeah, it doesn't show anything here either. It just shows the venue. So it looks like we're no
got a
luck.
luck on that one. Yeah. Sorry.
Just kidding. Sorry about your luck. Oh, that is awesome. I love it. All right.
Well, we did give other options for Saturday night. So there's one you have to buy tickets for and one that's free that's outdoors. So you have a couple choices.
Yeah, very cool.
And then I think I gave you information on several restaurants that are open on Christmas Day, which I find surprising, but I also find it surprising how many people you talk to that go out to eat on a holiday. That's just not something my family ever did, but I think it's becoming more and more popular that people aren't cooking at home. They're just making a reservation and going to eat.
Yep.
So the restaurants that I listed, some are open for not the whole day. So if you go, please, call ahead.
Yep. So you had on that list, Marcia, just really quick, y'all. Marcia had Turtles on Little Sarasota Bay. She had Pier 22 in Bradenton. That's open. You had Philippi Creek Restaurant and Oyster Bar in Sarasota, and Lakewood Ranch. You had what is it? Euphemia? What is that name?
Yeah, it is pronounced Euphemia Hayes.
Okay. Euphemia Hayes and Longboat Key, and the Columbia Restaurant in St. Armand Circle, which will also be open in Tampa as well, where the original one is. So really cool. You know, everybody's always asking. I see that in the Facebook groups all the time too, Marcia. Hey, who's open for Christmas, or who's open for Thanksgiving? There is a lot of that, right? So there are people who, you know, there are a lot of people down here who don't have family with them, right?
Yeah.
So many people have migrated here over the years. So that's going to be part of it. And the reason I share that is because a lot of the times we're super anxious, you know, for my relocation peeps out there watching right now. I understand. I get it, right? Our family's not here either, you know? So you're like, sometimes you're like, well, what am I going to do? The thing I want to remind you of is like 7 out of 10 people that you're going to meet when you move down here, they're not from here either. So you're in good company, and they tend to understand and have really good insights for you. So don't ever hesitate to ask, you know, whether it's us or anybody else locally. Like, Facebook groups are a really good opportunity to connect and kind of get some insights. I always tell my parents when they're moving here, our clients that have kids, like, go get in the local Facebook groups, ask the parents questions. Don't ask us about, like, you know, I don't ever want anybody to feel like they're limited to just our insights. Like, that's a great place to go and get real information, you know, from other parents who have kids in schools. And like, it's a really good place to go ask questions, right? Because we're also limited to the things we can say legally. Like, we can't legally tell you whether a neighborhood's good or not, which sometimes really sucks. Right. It's good at the intent of that rule is really good, but sometimes the execution makes it really difficult to give, you know, really good guidance. So, you know, we've tried to work through ways of helping people do that stuff. But yeah, those groups are wonderful resources. So I'm just sharing this with anybody who's, you know, watching from a distance. You got questions, go to the local Facebook groups. Always go there. Understand there's going to be a bunch of complainers. That's part of the process. But like, there'll also be people in there who will share wonderful insights with you. It's a great place to go look. So appreciate that, Marcia. Let's get into some of these comments, and then we'll roll with what Stacy's got going on over there. So we got Zach watching from the Pacific Northwest. What is up, Zach? Same here, moving right after Christmas from the Pacific Northwest to Valrico. Can't wait to try the barbecue brisket place Juan has mentioned. Yes. Well, you're not going to be disappointed. We are, because our family is not here for Christmas. They are coming down. I'm picking my dad up Friday, which is cool. But Kate's parents are coming on the 26th. So we're going to take everybody to the brisket shop for the holidays, and we're all going to get fat, my man. So hope to see you there. Hope to see you there. It's a great time. You'll love that spot. Ronnie said it's too cold lately. I'm taking the scorching hot Tampa summer. Yeah, man, it's like, it's been unseasonably cool, you know, is the way I would consider it. But it's also not freezing, just so everybody knows. But it is cool. It definitely, you know, I prefer that mid 70s to low 80s personally, but can't have it all the time, right? Like, this is the trade-off we got to go through. And Vlad said, how do you deal with family that give you a hard time moving? Say Florida doesn't have as good business opportunity. Vlad, that is the question of ages, right? So ladies, is it not customary for family members to give guilt trips when people start the relocation process?
Oh, yes. They're just jealous because they're not making the move.
Yeah. So Vlad, know that you're not alone. That's very normal for family members to start poking holes in it. And hey, it's fair. Listen, we've talked about this before. This is Florida. It ain't perfect, right? That's not the way it works here. Do we have some really incredible things that happen in this state that benefit us as absolutely. And that's why so many people have moved here, right? Like, our migration is still the strongest in the country. If you look at a migration map right now, it will show you that Florida is still net positive. People are still moving here all the time. And that question about business specifically, Vlad, not to get tangent here on a side project, but Florida is recognized as the most business-friendly state in the entire country. All right. And always in the top 5. So I'm not here to argue with family members. That is not my goal, but there's an abundant opportunity down here. We are very business friendly. So that's something to take a look at. So hopefully that helps. It won't help your argument, trust me. They've already made a decision on that. So love it. Ronnie, do we have a Living in Tampa Facebook page? We do, but I have not done a good job of tending to that. So I will focus on that moving forward. And Manny, Manuelito, my man, pleasure. He's from Pennsylvania. What is up, my brother? Pleasure to connect with you also. So love that. All right, Stacy, what is happening in Tampa Bay and in Pasco? Talk to me. What's happening?
Well, if you want to watch some hoops this weekend, Tampa Bay is hosting the Christmas Invitational, which is one of the top holiday tournaments for high school basketball, girls and boys. So it's streamed nationally, and they are bringing 200 boys and girls varsity high school teams to the area. And there's going to be 150 college scouts there and national scouts.
Wow.
So Wesley Chapel is one of the hosting spots at Wiregrass Ranch Sports Complex.
Yep.
And Carrollwood Day School is also hosting, and Seffner Christian Academy.
Yep.
So,
awesome.
Coming from a basketball family, we're always, lots of basketball during the holidays.
Is that the Indiana blood running through you?
It is. Yes.
I love it. That's hey, that's okay, right? Indiana's known for great basketball, right? So what are you gonna do? That's
so
good.
you know,
when play too, Casey?
I did play. I played, rec, and then I played a little bit in high school. So,
awesome.
But I went home to Indiana a couple of weeks ago for like 10 days, and it was basketball, like all the nieces and nephews. I probably went to 5 or 7 basketball games when I was there.
Yep.
So
that's awesome that you got to do that, to watch your nieces and nephews play.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, I bet they love that.
Yeah, it was fun. It's fun to see how much everyone improves each year too. So
yeah,
it's a good time. So if you'd like to watch some hoops, Tampa Bay.
Yep, got that going on. So for the invitational there that Stacy's referring to, looks like tickets are $25 daily. Free admission for children 5 and younger. So that's cool. Something to plug into, not crazy expensive. If you're a basketball fan, you want to see, up and coming talent, it's a great spot to go check that out. I love that. And I love how directly underneath that, Stacy, you already had the boat parade like all lined up.
I know, right?
On purpose, right?
I know. We talked about that last week too. So
we did. I'm excited because we've been here for 5 years. I've yet to make one single boat parade.
I know. I'm hoping to go. That's on my plans. I'm trying to make that work out for Saturday.
Yep. We've either been out of town, or the 1 year we were ready to go, the weather was terrible, and the Cora was really young at that point too, and I think she had a little bit of a cold, so we just opted out that night. Soft as ice cream, folks. That's what's happening around here. But it's supposed to be great this weekend. I'm excited, and as you all know, Marcia's a boater. They're huge, into the boat, decorating thing. Her and her husband, they're great about this. Marcia, can you talk to them a little bit about how all out people go in these things? Did we lose her?
I think we may have lost her.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Well, we'll keep rolling. She comes back into earshot. We'll keep it going. But Marcia's a boater. She's right off the Manatee River down there, and her and her husband Steven, they decorate their boats and do the whole shindig too. So that's really cool. It's always fun to be around those types of things. So that's great. Gasparilla Bowl.
Yep, of course we got to mention that. That is this Friday, and for all you Knights fans, UCF versus Georgia Tech.
Yeah, man.
Raymond James Stadium, $40 a ticket.
You need to stomp Atlanta's behind out of here. They got no business hanging out down here. So Georgia Tech has got to go. I was going to go to this game. My son's birthday is Friday, and then we have tickets, and my dad's flying in at 7:00. So I was like, I will not be going to that game. But it's cool. It's cool to have a bowl game outdoors in your backyard, y'all.
Yeah.
And this is on Friday, so you can go to the brisket shop in the morning and then head your behind over the ballpark afterwards. So you will not be missing out. Should be awesome.
Yeah, and I have to say, if you're going to the game, make sure you plan and go way ahead of time because it is crazy town trying to get to the stadium.
Yep.
We went a couple years ago, and I just couldn't believe how crazy crowded it was. I mean, people were just walking, parking miles away and walking. It was so crazy.
It's a little ways out there, right? So on Wednesday, you've got Tampa Palms at ATP.
Mm-hmm.
Thursday, you got the Symphony of Lights. Very cool. And then the Winter Village, which we talked about last week as well, which is right down on Curtis Hickson Park, y'all. So you can definitely go check that out. Really, really cool. Awesome. What else, Stace? Where are we heading next?
You can go to the Tampa Zoo. They're having their Christmas lights. That's every day, Christmas in the Wild, from 4 to 10 until December 23rd. And then after Christmas, it's just from 4 to 9. But it's $30 a ticket. If you are season pass holders, then it's free for you to get in.
Oh, nice.
Or I wouldn't say free, but not additional.
Okay.
You are paying.
We are officially no, that's what's Busch Gardens. Kate signed us up for Busch Gardens. So I'll report back on that. I'll let you know. We'll let you know how that goes. But the lighting stuff is great. So lots of opportunities around town, which is awesome. Cool. Let's grab some of these comments really quick too. Awesome. And if you are joining us late, welcome. This is Tampa Talk Tuesdays with the Living in Tampa channel here. I've got Marcia with me this evening. We got Stacy here as well. We're just chatting it up with you guys. Let us know where you're watching from. If you're watching this after the time of this live stream, we're grateful to have you here. Don't hesitate to hit that subscribe bell so you can be notified every time we drop a video. Hopefully that's how you found us. But we talk all things that are Tampa Bay, what it's like to live here, what it's like to work here, what it's like to play here, the food, the dining, the outdoors, the beaches, and the sunshine. We're also licensed real estate agents, and we can help you make that move. So don't hesitate to reach out to us here at the team. You can get hold of Marcia through Instagram at Marcia Railton, Stacy at stacy.amon.realtor, and then myself at juan.alcala.realtor as well. So don't hesitate to reach out to us, guys. We try to respond to those. And don't freak out if we don't do it right away. Sometimes you end up in like the Instagram has like this double spam weird, like they put you in a hiding zone and you got to go dig you out. But we do find you eventually and then we respond. So we appreciate the viewership. We appreciate all of the wonderful people we've made connections with this year. I know that the ladies are reaching out to our clients that we've served over the last couple of years here. We're delivering Christmas to people's doorsteps, and I've seen the responses and the emails, and they're like, "Oh, you're like they just love us." So like that. I love that. That fills my heart. So thank you guys. And forgive me for going tangent here. And we're about to get into some real estate specific and builder incentives. So if you're interested in that, know that that's where we're about to head here shortly. But I just want to take a brief moment and thank y'all. We're not going to be doing a live next Tuesday. We want everybody to spend time with their family, you included, the viewer. We will be back after the new year. But we've had a tremendous year. With so many people reaching out to us. I mean, in the last 48 hours alone, these two ladies have served another 4 families here in the greater Tampa Bay area, getting them under contract to make their relocation a reality. I mean, we got people from United Kingdom with us here right now. You got people from Texas here with us right now. And like, they're relocating from all over the place. And it's just been such a blessing to be able to serve you guys. Thank you for trusting us. Thank you for reaching out to us. I'll let the ladies speak on this here, but like, I can't believe I get to live a life serving strangers, right? Who have built a relationship through video from sometimes 2,000 miles away or more, right? England's not right around the corner, right? So like, to be able to do that is incredible. And for you all to trust us enough, again, it's been a huge honor. So thank you very much from my entire family. If they were here, they would say the same thing. It feels like Wally World. So I just want to say thank you. We appreciate you. And ladies, you know, we're coming to the end of the year. Is anything that you would like to say to the audience? You know, you've been plugging in here, you know, working your tails off all year, but like, man, what an honor and what an exciting time to be in Tampa.
Yep, it's so worth it. It's been a pleasure meeting these families that come into town and helping them start that, you know, next journey of their life and trying to take a little bit of the stress out when you're moving your family thousands of miles away. So it's just been a lot of fun, and I just really enjoy meeting everyone.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I totally agree. I love it. I get more excited than the family does, I think, sometimes when we're in the right neighborhood. I get very, I know they say it's emotional for families, but I think it's emotional for the realtors as well. It's just so much fun to, you know, like you were saying, they come here stressed thinking they got to find a home. They don't know where they're going to end up. And when you make that match and it's why I love doing what we do. So it's a really great experience every single time. It's just so much fun. So thank you for trusting us.
Yeah, it's been an absolute blast. I just can't stress that enough. So thank y'all. Right. So and we appreciate you giving us time out of your life and, you know, sharing your attention with us, you know, on these live streams. We love the connection that we've made here. I can't believe we get to chat with you guys and, like, you know, you're interactive, you're engaging, like, we love it. So thank you very much. You know, that keeps bringing us back each week and doing more homework for you and just trying to make sure that, you know, we let you know what's happening in and around town and the entire greater Tampa Bay area, and just really being able to share, you know, our love for our area too, right? Like, we came here for the same reasons or similar reasons to what you're considering making that move for too, right? It was opportunity, weather, right? Like the dream, whatever it was, like those things brought us here too. So we're grateful for it. I love it. So thank you very much. Stacy, was there anything, did I miss anything on your list?
Nope, we got it.
Okay, perfect. So what I want to do now is I want to roll into, you know, you guys saw the thumbnail, hopefully online. That's probably what got you to join us here. You know, we're coming into the tail end of the year, and I want to talk a little bit about, you know, what is happening from a new construction perspective, because now is a great time. It's an absolute great time to consider jumping on some of these opportunities if it's the right time for you. So I just want to make sure that we're clear on that. Like, we're not here to sell you on anything. That's not our goal as a team. Like, we're here to be guides, right? Like, you should make an informed decision on what is best for you and your family. And our role is to guide you through that process. But what I want to share with you is some of these incentives these builders are sharing right now, which are insane. Okay. They are insane in the best possible way, because what we haven't seen is this huge reduction in home values here in the greater Tampa Bay area, right? Like, we got away pretty well, because I'm going to share with this right now. The city of Austin is down almost 20% year to date on their housing values, which is insane. Insane. In the greater Tampa Bay area, year over year, we are basically about flat, which is awesome considering everyone else has had a struggle. Well, not everyone, but a lot of other areas have had a struggle. Certain areas that we have in Tampa Bay are way up. St. Pete's way up, right? Clearwater's up, like especially the areas that are attractive. Parrish, right? Lakewood Ranch, Wesley Chapel. These areas are still very popular and they're doing pretty well. So people are still moving here, is the point. Now, what do these incentives look like? I want to share some of these things with you. The ladies here do a great job of being connected to our building teams. Each one of them has at least 3 projects going right now. At least, I think Stacy might have, you know, a half dozen, you know, construction projects up in Wesley Chapel. And I know for a fact, because Marcia put another new construction under contract today. So we are helping families all the way out until October of 2024 already. That is how far out we're working with people. So I want to share some of this stuff. I'm going to show the map, give you guys some context about where these areas are, talk a little bit about some of the builders, but more importantly, just show you the kind of opportunities are out there right now, because we have tier 1 builders, which is kind of like that entry level. We have tier 2 builders, which is that semi-custom options. And then we also have, you know, fully custom home builders here. You know, they can build something, you know, to suit for you. people always have questions. So I want to dig in a little bit right now and share some of these incentives. And I'm going to go into my email inbox because I want to show you what this is like. Now, what I'm about to show you is just one component. You know, we have conversations and some of these things change daily, depending on what's going on here. But I want to give you an example. So Homes by West Bay, if you haven't been following this channel, you'll know that this is one of my personally favorite builders here. They have my favorite floor plan in all of Tampa Bay, which is the Bay Shore 2. Love that floor plan. It's a story and a half. Really, it's a ranch with an additional bonus space upstairs, which they have decorated as a game room / entertainment space. And there's a full office and a full shower and bath upstairs, which I love, right? But Homes by West Bay, just to give you an example, this is that tier 2 builder for us. So like we would call that mid-level, and their homes here really range from, you can find them as low as the mid 5s on a really good deal. And we'll show you some of this stuff, but on average, we're seeing like 600,000 to 1.1 million ish. Right. And 1.1 would be fully trimmed out with everything you could ever buy. Now, right now, they're offering a 6% bonus cash to buyers. And I want to share this with you. I know this is a little bit small, so bear with me. I'll do my best. But here's what I want you to take note of, because some pretty cool stuff happening here. These are quick move-ins. And what that means is most likely these properties here fell out of contract. Okay, meaning that there was a buyer in place, and for whatever reason, that buyer has discontinued that contract. Maybe they lost their job. Maybe they decided they weren't going to relocate. But for whatever reason, typically when we get these types of incentives is because someone fell out of contract and these properties are now available. These builders don't have what we call a lot of spec homes. A spec home is a property that gets built, and it's the whole, if we build it, we'll find the buyer later thing. There's not a lot of that going on here, especially in tier 2. In the semi-custom, most of this is you sign a contract, they go break ground. Okay. That's why we don't have this huge influx of inventory and major discounting prices, because like we're building to suit, so to speak. Okay. In the greater Tampa Bay area. When I say we, that's what I refer to. All right. So 6% of the closing costs. Now I want to show you some of the things that are going on down here. Right. So this is awesome. Bridgeport at Crosswinds in Parish here. Marcia, this is one of the villas down there.
Yeah, I'm closing on, a client's closing on a villa there next week, and they're very nice. I like them a lot. So,
yep. And this, with what's going on here in pricing land, it went from $412 to $389.9, which is cool. But they're also giving an additional $23,399 in bonus cash. Now, what is bonus cash? Because that's a marketing term, right? Some builders are allowing you to use that full incentive amount to do things like either pay your closing cost or buy down your mortgage interest rate. And if you haven't been paying attention, mortgage interest rates have went from 8% down to about 6.5%. So if you're able to take $24,000 or even half of that, because sometimes they don't allow you to put it all towards the interest rate. Depends on who the lender is. There's a lot of factors there. But if you do that, you can go from a 6.5. I'm seeing people right now in the low 5s on these interest rates as they drive them down, which makes these homes really, really affordable. So that's one example. Okay. Here's the Sandpiper at Hawkstone in Lithia. This property here is currently listed at $488. Again, $29,333 in bonus cash. Here's another one, the Sandpiper at Crosswinds Ranch down in Parish again. It was $558. Now it's $524, $31,000 in bonus cash. Y'all, there's some really good opportunities. And I'm showing you one example. I can open up my email inbox and go builder after builder, tier 1, tier 2. The only where we're not seeing that is fully custom. They don't market a lot of their homes that way, right? You're building the suit. It costs what it costs there. But on these tier 1 and tier 2, so that entry level, and then again, that semi-custom home builder, whether it's Homes by West Bay, whether it's Pulte or a lot of these other different brands, they're giving incentives. And Marcia sent over a really cool document. As soon as I find it, I promise I will share it again. She sent over a great document outlining all of these opportunities that I want to share with y'all. So give me a second. I'll pull it up really quick. And I know this is just a sheet here. Not the most easy to view, but I want to give you an example. Then we're going to go into the map and kind of talk about where some of these areas are. And I'm going to let the ladies talk about this a little bit, but let me dig in a little bit better there. Hopefully that's probably, we can view that a little bit now, right? Ladies, can you see that okay?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Perfect. So here's an example. This is incentives as of today, right now. And this is just a few of the areas that we have access to. And part of this, and thank Marcia and Stacy, because they're out there doing this legwork. They're calling the builders. This is what's going on. This is what's happening. This is what we have available right now. If you've got clients, bring them in because we can help you do this. And these things are fluid. They're dynamic, right? So down in Sapphire Point, the Pulte home builder, the price ranges are from 400 to 800,000 on the base. Now the base does not include things like lot premium, right? Your decorative additions that you make, if you make tile or flooring changes, like those are where prices tend to move around. But any inventoried home, right, is what it's saying here, incentive. If they have an inventory home, it's a 5.5% interest rate. All right. If it's to build, they're offering $40,000 to $50,000 toward the design package. And we've talked a little bit about this before, right? Builders like Taylor Morrison require you to spend $100,000 in their design center. So now they're deeply incentivizing that to get some of these properties moved. Neil Communities, the Wildleaf community, the video that we just sent out this past Saturday was in the Neil community down there in the Wildleaf community. Beautiful. Those prices are from 400 to 800,000. Move-in ready homes. Discounted price for 12 days of Christmas sale, $18,000 toward your closing cost. You can use that however you want. Drive down that interest rate, y'all. Right? Which is, I mean, you could save $300 or $400 a month driving down your interest rate like that. Inventory homes, $10,000 off purchase plus $20,000 in closing costs. So the reason they're doing this is because they want to keep the houses moving. Yes. Right. The other reason that they do it this way is because they don't want to lower the price and devalue the properties. Right. Because the people that bought there, they would be upset. And as a neighbor, you wouldn't want that either. And they don't have to, because the values are actually holding. Right. But they're incentivizing the buyers to come in and grab these homes. Meritage Homes, which we just had a client sign there today, right, Marcia, over the last couple of days.
Yeah.
Wonderful family moving from Texas. Thank you for your service, by the way. We're so grateful. Young family, moving away from home. Like, oh, it's so exciting to be able to serve clients like that. I love that. The Salt Meadows community down there in Paris, you got homes starting at $350,000. Marcia, I think the contract that we saw today was under 4, right?
Yeah, it was. I think it's $399 too.
With everything they added, because they did add some stuff, right? Like it wasn't the base.
It's very well done.
Yeah.
All white kitchen, quartz countertops, the floor, the tile that looks like wood, a light color. It's beautiful. I'm very happy. They're super happy. And you said they're moving away from home, but actually they're both from Miami. So it's super exciting. They moved away because he's in the military. So they're kind of moving back home, just the other side of the state. But when I met them at this community, her parents came and they're now talking about moving here. So everybody liked the community, and they're, like I said, a very happy family to be closer together, whether the parents actually move over here or not, they're closer to their family. So
that's awesome. Love it. And they had good incentives too, right, Marcia? So $20,000 in flex incentives, $7,500 towards closing costs and prepaids. That's listen, y'all. Anytime somebody else wants to help write the check for your closing costs, accept it.
Yeah.
Right.
And they use some of that money to buy down their interest rate, which is wonderful.
What did they end up at? Do you know?
I don't know.
All right. We'll dig into that info. I'll let you guys know for sure. You've got the Taylor Morrison and Azario Esplanade down there, which is great. There's a beautiful golfing community, y'all. This community is awesome. We've covered this before too. Don't hesitate to go back in the channel archives and just go to Lakewood Ranch and type in Azario. You'll find it. It's awesome. It's
a beautiful community.
They're
more not incentives. What's the word I'm trying to think of? Sorry. Amenities. More amenities than you could imagine. Just unbelievable.
They're building that commissary in the community. Right?
Yes,
kitchen, so you can go take cooking classes. Obviously, you'd be able to entertain and have family. You can rent out their facilities there. It's stunning community down Lakewood Ranch. You guys got to check that out. It's great. That is currently the price points are $800,000 to $2 million there. $10,000 off for cash buyers, $20,000 off for closing costs and finance fees, another $10,000 to $15,000 off the lot. And then they're offering a bonus to us. Reach out to us about that. Sometimes they're there, sometimes they're not. Happy to help you guys with those two, right?
Yeah.
So we always try to be transparent about everything that happens out there. So just a heads up on that. All right. The Homes by West Bay, which we just discussed, one of our favorite builders here in the area. I just think I love their style. Not everybody's going to love their style, but I'm personally a big fan. You got Crosswind Point Villas and single family down there. That's in Parish as well. 300,000s to the 800,000s on that. Aggressive price reductions, and you just saw the incentives there, 6%, and then as much as $30,000 in closing cost credits, which is crazy. So really good opportunities there. And Stacey, I know that Marsha's got her list, and I know you got a ton too. Let me pull up the map really quick and just kind of give some perspective on that while we're digging along. But feel free to share.
Yeah, I say Taylor Morrison is one of my favorite builders in Wesley Chapel, and their incentives right now are they're offering 4.99% or 4.99% for a 30-year fixed, or a 5.22% for annual percentage rate. In FHA, they're doing a 1, 2, 3 buy down. So year one, you're getting 2.5%, year two, 3.5%, and year three, 4.5%. And then 4 up to 30, you're getting 5.5%.
Okay. And so hold on, let's slow that down. Right. So the 3-2-1 buy down is what she's referring to. I want to make sure that we grab that really quick, because you move so fast. I know sometimes it's hard to understand. It's not a variable rate mortgage, because that's the thing where people do get confused sometimes when they hear the word 3-2-1 buy down or 2-1 buy down. They think it's a variable mortgage. It is not. It's still a 30-year fixed mortgage. What is happening is the builder or the bank is structuring it to where they're paying a portion of your finance points, the mortgage interest points, for a certain duration. So as an example, what Stacey was saying, if the daily rate right now is 6.5%, which it roughly is approximately, right? The first year, Taylor Morrison is willing to buy down your rate on the first year of your mortgage 3 full percentage points. So you'd be paying 3.5% on that 30-year fixed mortgage on year one. On year two, that would now go to 4.5%. On year three of you owning that mortgage, it would go to 5.5%. And then for year 26 to completion, it would go to the daily rate that you signed up at, which was 6.5% in this example. And forgive me for slowing that down, Stacey. I just know, like, sometimes we hear like a buy down and you're like, was it a variable rate? No, it's not going to accelerate to 12% if the interest rates change. No. It's still a regular loan. But what is happening is the lender is buying down a portion of your points, or the buyer is, or the seller is contributing into it. In this case, the builder is paying those points on your behalf. That's what's happening here. Mm-hmm. Okay. So just an example, and forgive me for going tangent on that. But I think it's important to note, and I want to give you guys some context. So Rivers Landing, right?
Yeah. River Landing.
Just for perspective, and it zoomed in pretty quick here. Beautiful community. You got River's Edge and River Landing side by side. You can kind of see it here. Let me grab a little zoomies. River's Edge right here and River's Landing. These are sister communities in Taylor Morrison. They actually connect over a little bridge, so you don't have to go out to State Road 56. It's pretty cool. They share amenities, which is awesome too. But this is a really nice community. Definitely worth checking out. So this is an awesome one. For those of you looking in that tier 2 price point.
Yeah. And I just love that location. I used to live over there in that location, and I just felt like I was far enough away from everything. You know, I felt like I was kind of lived out on the outskirts, but then I was close enough to everything that Wesley Chapel has to offer, like 10 to 15 minutes from everything.
Yeah. And 56, you just take it west. And then that's going to take you over to I-75 right here. And you got the Tampa Premium Outlets right there, right, Stace?
Yeah. Yep.
That's right over here. If you can't see it on the left side of the map over there, I'm drawing over this thing with my chicken scratch, but that's what's happening down over in this area here. So really cool area. What other builders out there have some great incentives right now, Stacey?
Of course, D.R. Horton's having great incentives. They're offering $25,000 towards closing cost or flex cash.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have, depending on the stage of construction, they're offering some, interest rate specials on some of their homes. So it just kind of depends on the community and what stage of construction the home is in.
Yep.
So that's really exciting. There's a brand new D.R. Horton community over there by River Landing that we were just talking about called Wood Creek.
Which one?
Wood Creek. Yeah. I think they're offering only $18,000 for closing cost and flex cash, just because it's a brand new neighborhood they're just opening up.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm really excited to see this neighborhood. It is going to be really nice. They're going to have some nice amenities there.
Yep.
And then you clicked on Two Rivers. That's also another D.R. Horton community. That's going to be fabulous, because that's the one that's going to extend into Hillsborough.
Yep.
And it's going to bring all kinds of builders. I think Pulte is going in across the street from them. I saw a sign out there the other day.
Yeah, it's pretty vacant right now, y'all, but it will not be. You check back in 6 months.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like there's nothing out there, but you are, like, technically it's Zephyr Hills.
Yep.
But Morris Bridge Road is the dividing line to Wesley Chapel. So, I mean, you still have everything right there. And they're going to build, Pasco is building a elementary school and a middle school in that community. So it's going to be really, really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. I mean, Wesley Chapel's an entire experience. You just got to go check it out, right? It's great. It's great for a lot of people. Some people are concerned about the amount of traffic and things. And we're going to be honest with you, right? Like, there's 60,000 residents out there right now. And they're expected to grow to 100,000. Like, this area is growing, but I think they're doing an excellent job of continuing to grow the infrastructure along with it, right? Mm-hmm. Like, we've seen the addition of highway entrances, right? Like, most people don't ever get that, but, we were able to get this exit right here was added, right? So Overpass Road exit was just added in the last year. And, they're continuing to invest in the infrastructure in the area as well. So definitely worth checking out. And for those of you who aren't familiar with Wesley Chapel, it's about 35 minutes north, if everything is perfect, of downtown Tampa. And again, everything is perfect. On average, it's depending on where you're at, it's going to be somewhere around that 45 to 55 minute. And the worst days, it's probably going to be an hour to drive back and forth with traffic. So just keep that in perspective. We always like to let people know, what to expect. But this whole area is in this giant growth phase still, right? So you got Zephyr Hills, San Antonio, Wesley Chapel, Land O'Lakes, Angelina is starting to build out now. Odessa, even in Trinity, still continuing to grow. These areas are really, really growing up in these northern suburbs. And they give you access, right? 589 takes you into downtown Tampa. That's really nice. 41 takes you into downtown Tampa, 75. So there's more than one ways to get down there. 301, which you can take all the way down into Parrish and Ellington, right by Marcia down there. So, like, there's a lot of flexibility here in the area too. In terms of where you can go hang out. Plant City's still growing. They've got new developments down there. And you heard Zach mentioned today Valrico. If you're not familiar with that, that's right here off of 60. So just to the east of the city. These areas are growing, and these builders are very aggressive right now. They want to keep building and they want to keep growing. And it's been wonderful, in terms of being able to bring clients in and have them find something. And right now, y'all, it's really hard to argue if you're not a beach baby. And what I mean by that is, like, if you don't need to be right by the water, it's very hard to argue that new construction is not the best value in Tampa right now. The prices are extremely close to each other. And, but here's what's not close: the cost of ownership. Owning a new home, right, in general, now there's going to be some times when it's not perfect, but in general, it's going to have a much lower cost of ownership over time than a resale home. Nothing wrong with either one of them. Sometimes you can find a beautifully renovated resale home, but a lot of our homes in the greater Tampa Bay area have been built 50, 60, 50, 40 years ago, 20 years ago, like on average. So like, it's hard to argue that when you get a brand new roof, everything is up to today's building codes. You should have essentially 10 years of very low maintenance, on average. Would you agree, ladies?
Yes.
Absolutely.
And don't forget about the cheaper homeowners insurance on a newer home too.
Yeah, that's a huge point that Stacy's bringing up right now. Like, because the home has, all of those things going for it. It's in most of these properties are usually in non-flood zones, right? They don't require insurance, flood insurance. You've got the best construction quality at today's standards and the lowest risk for insurance companies. So of course your insurance is the best. So again, you might see things like HOA and CDD fees, right? So as an example, Marcia, the Neal community that we were talking about, their single family home HOAs are $85 for the year.
Wow.
It's like $85 for the year, right? Like, yeah, and their villas are $1,700.
They do have to cut their own grass.
Yes, they have to cut their own grass.
I do have to say that. But yes, the HOA and the CDDs and people, a lot of.
Oh no, she's frozen.
Oh no. Oh no. No. Well, we'll wait for her to come back. You back with us now, Marcia?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
I was talking about HOA and CDD fees and how a lot of people don't know what CDD fees are. So the CDDs are paying for things like the roadways, the lighting, things in your area, not just in your community. So it's more like your whole surroundings. So when you leave your neighborhood, it's going to stay nice. There's going to be landscaping and lighting, and it's going to be very nice, but you do have to pay for that. It's paid with your taxes. So you just pay it once a year, along with your taxes, or you put that in your escrow. So it's a little bit different than your HOA fees.
Yeah. And what I have found in general, and I think ladies, you may agree with this as well, our HOA fees in our single family homes are very, they're very manageable. And some of them are net positive. And what I mean by that is like Epperson is an example, right? Stacey, like up there with your $125 or $135 a month HOA fee, whatever that is up in Epperson Lagoon, up in Wesley Chapel, you get 500 gigabyte upload and download speed, fiber internet, and you get cable included with that.
Yes.
So I don't know about you guys, but most people aren't getting cable and that high speed internet for $135 a month, right? Maybe on an introductory rate, but that's a steal, right? So the CDD fees are the ones that are usually abnormal to other people from across the country. And just a little bit deeper on there, the CDD is typically a bond provided by the local government, or it could be the county or the state, providing a bond to the home builder, right? Which is a loan. They're giving them a loan to build the infrastructure. And that's what Marcia's talking about, the road systems, the walkways, all the other things, right? We're not just talking about the pool and the flowers, right? Like it's all the other things that go along with it, right? That internet, like those types of things, that is what it is. And it's a loan. So the community is paying that back over time. That's the way that's working. At some point, it does end, at least a portion of it. Okay. It may be 30 years, might be 20 years. The bonds are all different depending on the community. You have to get a little bit deeper. Reach out to us. We'd be happy to get into that. But yeah, in North River Ranch, in the Neal community that we're talking about, $85 for the year for the HOA. And you still have access to all three of their amenity centers, right?
That is fabulous.
It's nuts.
That is fabulous.
I was like, so let me get this straight. You guys are discounting properties $30,000 right now. You're giving away $18,000 in flex cash, so I could drive down my interest rate, and I have access to all of the community's amenities. And they're like, "Yep." I was like,
Wow.
it's very hard to argue that is not one of the best deals in the greater Tampa Bay area. So like these things are important to check out. And forgive me for going tangent on this, but like the new construction is where it's at right now. This may change, right, in the future, but right now it's hard to argue that. Let me get into a couple of these comments here. While we're at it, because we're going a little bit long on this, but I want to make sure we're there. Ronnie said, you guys definitely need to help boat parades. I've been to a bunch over the years. This year, a few canceled, though. I wonder why they got canceled, Ronnie. Maybe you know, you can let us know. But yes, check out the boat parades, right? Marcella says that thank you to all of you, because I have learned so much about Tampa, Florida through your videos and great information you have delivered. Thank you for your time. We appreciate you.
Yay.
Makes us feel good. Ronnie had another question about HOAs. If you have an $85 HOA fee, yes, it includes access to not one, but all three of the community boards, right? So that's great. And out there, Marcia, and I was talking about this in that video. They have a cafe like they do down in Apollo Beach in that community down there.
And what community is this?
This is North River Ranch.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So beautiful community over there, but there's a community down in Apollo Beach that has an amenity center that actually has a cafe in it too, which is pretty cool, right? It's kind of like going it reminded me more of Panera than Starbucks. There was definitely more space there. There was some game space there too, but these guys have pickleball courts and tennis courts and hiking trails, and there's a bark park. Like, guys, the communities they're building down here are insane. That doesn't even include the lagoon communities we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So if you're interested in making that move, reach out to the team. You know, like I said, we've been blessed. We were able to serve so far year to date. We've moved 23 families from YouTube alone this year. Another eight or 10 of them are already in contract for their new construction that will be built next year. So, you know, it's been like 35 families that we've been able to serve here through this medium alone, through YouTube. That doesn't even include all of the local families and other people that we've met through other sources. And you guys have been a blessing. You've been a blessing to me and my family. Like you said, the ladies here have just, Marcia loves you guys. You have no idea. She loves showing houses and helping. I'm telling you right now, it's the whole, like, when she's out and active, like ask Stacy, right? Like when you talk to her, she's like, I'm ready. Let's go. When she doesn't have anybody
Stacy's
to talk
that
to,
way too.
I'm always like, I want to live here.
Yeah. It is. You get really excited about it.
Yep. You get really invested in the families too.
Yeah, you do. And these ladies are so great at helping. So ladies, thank you. Merry Christmas to our entire audience. Pirate Christmas here in Tampa, for those of you who don't know. Oh, I want to share that before we end the live stream here. So these shirts I got from this really cool company down at the Winter Park at in Curtis Hickson. Sharing that with y'all. Let me find it. Perfect.
Hey, did they have to take their decorations down for the storm last weekend?
I don't know. They were up when I walked by there today.
I was worried about all that.
Yep. So the name of the company is called For the Bay Clothing. So if you guys are interested in that, here's their website, right? If you're wondering where the heck I got this from. Real quick, Ronnie says that the boat parades were canceled due to rain. Boo to rain, Ronnie. We are not a fan of raining out the parade, so to speak, right? But really cool. They had some cool clothing. I know that this is not going to be for everybody, but like it's fun to play the game and support local every once in a while. Here's the t-shirt I'm wearing tonight. So shout out to the Santa Skull. Love that. Big fan. And they've got a couple different collections. So if you're not into pirates, it's totally fine. But I think it's cool. We talked about this before. This is a Tampa thing, y'all. Like there's a whole like pirate vibe in Tampa that is, you know, it's pretty unique, which I really dig. They also have collections for hats. So I'll share that with you. So you can check out their hat collections as well. I should have got this. I did not.
Oh yeah.
They didn't have it in the pop-up. Now I'm disappointed. But they've got, you know, really cool Tampa Bay gear, right? So if this is something that you're into, you know, it's a good place to come out. Maybe a gift for somebody locally. I think that these are always a great time. Here's the USF Bull Shout out to the creamsicle throwback there. And then they've got different collections I'll show you guys as well too. This is the football collection. And I honestly don't know that and I'm not from Tampa. I've shared this with you guys before, right? We're transplants. I grew up a Lions fan. Not everybody can be saved. I understand that. But I don't think that there's a cooler throwback uniform than the creamsicles. I don't think that for one sec. I love the creamsicle uniform. So I'm really a big fan of these. I'm going to order some of these shirts because I think they're cool. I bought this one in gray. Love that shirt too. I got this exact shirt right here. Love it. I mean, it's just some really cool stuff. So if you guys are into swag, you can go check out For the Love of the Bay. Check out their different collections they have. So they got a football, hockey, baseball, and hat collection. You can go check that out. And last but not least, I just want to say thank you so much again. I know I've said it multiple times. This is my favorite time of the year. I can't believe that I get to go and go check out lights and do all the things locally, and I can do it with the t-shirt and shades on. I mean, it's just like, it's a whole vibe. I still pinch myself after 5 years, right? We took possession of our home on December 3rd of 2018 here in Tampa Bay. And I still look back and I just can't believe that, like, we wake up and like, no one has repoed my life. Right? Like, I keep waiting for someone to repo the sunshine that I get to take in every day. And I woke up this morning, we had a pretty gnarly storm on Saturday night, lots of rain. There was some flooding in the area, but I woke up this morning, and I'm just standing on my lanai and the sun is shining down, and it was 49 degrees, but the sun was shining on my face. An hour later, I was at the beach. I wasn't freezing, walked around all day, like I said, in Tampa Bay, just taking in what the city has to offer. And like, we're just blessed, man. Mm-hmm. We are so blessed. I mean, Marcia lives in the water. She's got a giant lagoon in her backyard and a boat lift in the Manatee River, and she can go hang out in Tampa Bay in a boat. Like,
not like the lagoons in Wesley Chapel.
There's
not
just
that big.
So many different types of lifestyles that you can plug into here. So whether you're a boater like Marcia and her family, whether you're hanging up in San Antonio with Stacy and her family, you like the lagoons, or you want to be a beach baby, down by me, all of those lifestyles are available to you. If you're active, if you enjoy being outside, Tampa is just one of the greatest places on earth. And it's hard to argue that, right? If you want to plug in and have an opportunity, it's 230 or 240 days of sunshine a year, like, just makes you feel good, and we're grateful for it. So reach out. Our team would love to serve you in your relocation as well. If you're local and you need help selling your property, or you've got an investment that you're looking to move along as well, we've got a huge group of not only viewers here, but of people who have reached out to us over the last 2 years. And we are so happy to serve. So don't hesitate to reach out to me and the team. Again, you can go check out Marcia on her Instagram at Marcia Railton, Stacy at stacy.amen.realtor, and then myself at juan.alcala.realtor as well. Happy to connect with all of you. My contact information is listed down below as well, y'all. There's a link to my calendar where you can schedule a time to have a conversation if you just want to go deeper about the area. If you have questions about new construction, don't hesitate there. The phone number that you see there, that is my cell phone. If you text that, you will show up right here. I promise. Okay. So like, we will respond to you. We're happy to help. Ladies, before we ring out the new year here, because we're not going to see everybody until the 2nd of 2024, by the way.
Yikes.
That is the next time we're going to see you all live. Any final words that you have for our wonderful audience to ring out 2023?
I'd like to wish everybody peace and joy and love for Christmas and all year through. I love this time of year. I think it's when people are most themselves and the happiest. So I hope it continues for you and your family, and that you have a safe holiday.
Yep. I hope you guys have a beautiful holiday season and create lots of memories with your family. Merry Christmas.
Amen. Amen. So Merry Christmas to y'all. Carl says, Gasparilla, that festival rocks. Shout out to Pirates, Carl. My man. And we'll talk about Gasparilla in February. We will definitely do that. Zach, thank you as well. Guys, it's just been an absolute pleasure. And sorry we went over this evening. We're just grateful to have you in our lives. God bless. Have a wonderful 2023. Go be with your family. Enjoy the holiday season. We'll see you on the flip side.
Merry Christmas.